Hi, I'm Casey with Thorn Pest Solutions. We're here doing a heat treatment for bed bugs. A couple of things we want you to know before we do the service. We want to make sure that you gather all your heat sensitive items and put them in a central location such as a kitchen table until we can inspect those and make sure there's no bugs on them. Some examples of heat sensitive items are candles and crayons, mostly things that are wax based. We ask you not to self-treat before we get here. That can spread the bed bugs around. So a good way to make sure you don't take any bugs with you is having some clean clothes laundered that you can put on right after you take a shower before we get there. Be careful not to sit on any furniture. These bugs are hitchhikers and they will catch a ride with you on your way out. We just want to make sure you don't bring anything back in with you after a treatment.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Thorn Pest Solutions. Just here to talk about some advantages of our heat system. One of the great advantages to going through the treatment and a heat process is it's usually very effective. Typically it's a one treatment process, whereas with our chemicals you're talking about 3-4 treatments. It doesn't require you to get rid of any of your stuff. There's a lot of times with things that we just can't treat with chemicals. So your books, your electronics, those types of things, we just can't put liquid pesticides on those. And so with the heat, you're able to penetrate all those items and get rid of the bugs within them rather than taking some time and having to throw away items that are gonna harbor bugs. Another great advantage of this heat system is we know with bed bugs, they've got a very defined thermal death point, and that is 121.7 degrees for under a minute. And you'll be able to kill all life stages of those bugs. So that's the eggs, that's the adults, that's the juveniles. Any one of those will die. That will eradicate all life stages of those bugs. So with these heat treatments, there's some nice things as well. Very little prep on your part. Our heat teams will come in. They'll do the preparation work necessary in order to get these bugs out of your home. Also, heat treatments come with a very long warranty where we're able to guarantee that those bugs are gone and that you're not going to deal with them anymore. We actually have some of the longest warranties in the industry for an apartment complex or for an apartment home. We're given a 6-month full guarantee, no questions asked, and on a single family residence we're actually going a whole year where we're going to guarantee that, and if you get bugs again we're going to come back and we're going to treat for free. So typically this is the quickest and the most effective way to get rid of bugs with these heat treatments in that process.
I'm Parker, I'm here with Thorn Pest Solutions, and we're here doing a heat treatment today. When we first start, we will typically pull away all of the furniture away from the walls, just so that we can start to get some airflow onto the baseboards and behind the furniture where the bugs will typically like to camp out. We're going to talk about our heaters a little bit. We typically will put 1 to 2 in a room, just depending on how large the room is. They plug into a generator that we will run outside of the unit, and that's what will power our whole setup. The heaters will heat up to 135. Once they heat up to around 130, that's when we'll introduce fans to get the air to circulate the heat around in the room.
So this is one of our high temperature fans that we use to circulate the heat. The more circulation we can get from the heat, the better penetration we can get into furniture, along baseboards, into the carpet. That also eliminates those hot and cold pockets that you get next to the heaters.
So we have these sensors that will detect the temperature of the heat and relay it to a computer system. So we'll put these on top of all of the heaters, and then we'll typically put them in the couch cushions, just so that we can get an idea of how things are heating up, what we need to go in and move around. So this is our FLIR. It's basically just a heat camera that will let us know the temperature of everything in the room. We'll move things around and find cold spots. This just helps us as a tool so that we can know where we need to circulate fans, things that we need to move around. So in the units that have a sprinkler system, we'll put these covers over the sprinklers so that the sprinklers don't get hot. That way it just protects the unit from any water damage if the sprinklers decide to go off because of the heat. So whenever we do heat treatment, before we turn the heat on, we'll take all of the wall outlets off. That will allow the heat to get into the wall voids and kill anything that would have crawled under the covers and is hiding back in there. Then before we put the wall covers back on, we will dust around each outlet or light switch. So the dust that we use is a desiccant dust. It will penetrate their exoskeleton and therefore they're going to dry out. It has a 100% kill rate, so as long as the bugs will cross that dust or get that dust on them, it is very successful. And so we'll try and put it in strategic locations.
So we like to use all the tools possible to make sure that we can take care of the issue. So another part of our process is we like to put down a liquid barrier. Just another thing we can do to make sure that they don't continue to go find those hiding places.
I hope this helps give you a good understanding of our heat process and what you will be going through if you are going through a heat treatment, or just to figure out how best to get rid of bed bugs. Thanks again for watching and hope you enjoy.